Today is Monday the 21st of July, I think. 21st, yes. Monday the 21st of July, we are leaving Martha's Vineyard and we are heading to Nantucket. But Andrew has some news.
Yeah, in order to sell a boat to Americans on American soil, you have to import the boat into the US. So one of the ways you can get around that is sailing offshore. So a lot of people will go into international waters and they physically sign the papers in international waters, which is one way you can do it. But if we're not going to be in the US, we're going to be in South Africa, it's a little bit tricky to do that. And I think it's also a bit of a dodge. I mean, if you get caught, I think we pretty much get locked up. So up until the end of last year, the import duty for importing a boat into the US was 1.5% of the boat's value. And you can get the boat's value either using the original papers or you can get a survey done. Then Donald Trump came into power, and we all know that Donald has, he likes tariffs. So he immediately shook the world economy up by announcing a lot of tariffs on everybody. And currently South Africa has a 10% flat tariff, and plus the 1.5%. So the import duty went from 1.5% of value to 11.5% of value. And we discovered this when we arrived back in Deltaville to get on the boat and go sailing. And we're feeling quite despondent because it's a lot of money. I mean, the difference on the value of the boat was something like $700 at 1.5% to about, I think, $6,500 or $7,000. So a substantial hit on the purse. And what we're advised to do is that things might change, so go sailing, and you never know, the 10% might fall away, people might see, come to their senses and change. Well, things have changed, and what has changed is that thanks to the lackluster South African government, they haven't even gotten trade envoy in the US. I mean, he was rejected. So no one's been negotiating on behalf of us poor South Africans. And Donald has slapped a 30% tariff from the 1st of August, possibly 40% because we're part of BRICS. So he said 30% plus an extra 10% because you're part of BRICS. At 30% would be, it's a third of the value of the boat that you have to pay just to import the boat into the States in order to sell it to American citizens. So we did a mad scramble and managed to get the boat imported last week at the 11.5%, which still is a stupid amount of money, but it gives us the best chance of being able to sell the boat. Deltaville, the area of Deltaville in the Chesapeake is very, very close to Washington and Newport, sort of like in the middle. So there's a massive catchment area of potential boat buyers. It's a sort of the destination for where people go in order to look for a boat. So that's what we've done. The paperwork all went through. One of the other concerning issues was our engine. That if your engine is older, is a 2004 or older, you have to have an environmental certificate. I think it's an environmental protection something, EPA, or I don't know what the acronym stands for. And so in other words, if your engine is dated 2004, you aren't allowed to sell the boat in the States. 2004 after, so any time after that, unless you've got this certificate. Fortunately, our engine was a 2003 and put in the boat around about that time by the previous owner. So we skipped that one. But it's something for those people who want to come and sell a boat in the US, you've got to have a certificate. And if not, the people have actually repowered, taken their old engines out put them on the dump and put a new engine in, because it's obviously the cheaper of the options than not being able to sell the boat. So that is the import story. So we're all fully imported, we've got the import papers, and we can sell the boat to US citizens. So that.
Bit of a sporty sail.
20 knots of wind. It's between 70 and 80 a pound.
Just how we like it.
Keeps the cobwebs out.
Going fast. Yes. Wow, how's that wake?
Hold on, Law.
When we first arrived in the anchorage, we anchored far too close to Ikati, and we weren't aware of the current that swung us around wildly. Here come the miller puffs.
A new anchorage. Nantucket. Just arrived from Martha's Vineyard. So, Kati. That's a just a lot calmer here. It's protected from this north wind that's blowing. Be here for a couple of days. It's like super yachts in here. Cool spot.
After getting far too close to Ikati on a couple of occasions, we upped anchor and moved a little bit further away. Andrew woke up in the middle of the night and we had swung far too close to a super yacht. So he woke us all up and we upped anchor at 12 or 12:30 and re-anchored. The next morning we noticed we were far too close to a mooring ball, so we upped anchor yet again and moved way over to the other side of the anchorage. So Laura, how are you today?
I'm Good.
That's good.
Just a little bit tired.
Tired. Yeah, we'll explain later why. And are you enjoying this walk?
Yeah.
That's good. This is a pretty town.
Yeah, it is. Have you told Max that?
Are we crossing? No. Can't decide what we're doing. Where are we going? Three brown houses down there, brown brick houses, where the Starbucks son's houses. Mr. Starbucks, he built it for his sons. Widows walk up there, where the widows would look out for their husbands while they were wailing. Oh, the colour of these hydrangeas are just amazing. No stars on this one. We saw a flag just now with very few stars. So one way.
31. Is that 31?
28.
33.
33, notice the half-round gabled
Half
Greek
round.
revival elements that include a gable front flared window lintels.
Where are we on now?
Liberty. 31 Liberty was owned by Alexander
You tell Yaya when he started the wiggle, okay?
It's 26.
31 is that. Yes. 31.
Yeah.
He bought the first printing press to Hawaii.
Okay.
This oak who lived here a long time ago. And not the oak that's here now.
Not by seat, okay. This is what you get. Julia's still gonna sit with you.
So this guy, Captain William Porter, escaped the shipwreck at Cape Horn on his first voyage.
Hmm? So quaint, it's lovely. Are the basement windows on the road?
New Guinea begonias, I think. Those orangey ones. I think that's what they are. I'm not sure. They do, yeah.
Street parking is the streets are flipping. Conservatory. It's like a restaurant or something. Could have something to do with the church.
Is that on the church? Church over there.